phony, and totally weird. Gavin's hands. It's time for Gavin's hands.
This greasy vermin can't keep his hands from squirming. If you've been watching this show, and I know you have, you know we were the first to call out Gavin's bizarre hand movements. Remember this classic?
Conditions that determine our fate and future. And that fundamental notion of agency, I think, is important more broadly. And I think that goes to some of the issues around, victimization. And I see a lot of that, respectively, on the right, increasingly, even with Trump often approaching things from that sort of mindset.
Then even Trump couldn't help but notice.
Gavin, I know him very well. He's incompetent. He's a nice guy, looks good. Hi, everybody. How you doing? He's got some strange hand action going. I don't know what the hell his problem is. It's a little weird, to be honest. There's a little something shaky going on there.
And yet earlier this week, Gavin unleashed his inner 10-fingered freak.
I came into that recall campaign still arguing that all politics is local. I still had a romantic notion of that. I intellectualized that a lot of our politics and the discourse was national. I didn't fully appreciate how nationalized our politics have become. In so many ways, that shape-shifted a lot of what we're doing and who I am today. But this last year, these last 6, 7 months, this is something altogether different.
Ugh. It's like he's molesting a ghost. But apparently, our commentary on his hands have gotten inside his head, and Gavin now is desperately trying to control himself, and or not.
Well, it's a curious question. I made the entire point that crime's an issue, and we want to tackle it, and we continue to do more in that space, and we announced and highlighted some of the expansion. What is not contradictory, respectfully. We're not talking about the nationalization, the militarization of the Guard and militarizing United States cities. So quite the contrary.
Poor guy. I want you to watch again as his errant thumb valiantly, violently resists. It needs to get out. It needs to get out. It's trapped, his poor little thumb. I haven't seen a finger that excited since my last prostate exam. Little tip, a little Maybelline shows that you care. Sherrod, what is going on here? Does he have some kind of condition?
It's weird. It's like, just use your words, man. You ain't gonna talk like you a third base coach. Like you're telling me to steal or bunt. Yeah. Like if somebody talked to you like that on the subway, as soon as they walk away, you're like, I think you got my watch.
Yes.
I think you just took my watch.
Well, it's a good point. It is kind of a deflection strategy because you're not really listening. You're looking at his hands.
Right. If somebody go like this, hey, man, how's the wife? It's like, I don't know what to do with you, man.
Kat, do you think it's some kind of side effect? Maybe he's on some kind of, medication that makes him excitable.
Or he's not on medication.
No, that's true.
Need to be.
Yeah, I talk with my hands a lot, too. I think my hands are always doing weird stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm not on medication, not to brag. But I never noticed it before, actually. I really never noticed it before this. Mm. I'm always so distracted by how good his hair looks. I don't see the rest of him. I got other problems with the guy, like his policies, his hands. No, his wife has probably had some problems with some things his hands have done. Yeah. But I have not, personally. See, look, I'm doing it too. And I'm not going to get self-conscious because it's okay to be expressive with your hands.
Yeah, his hands are just weird, though, Tyrus. They're always doing funky things.
Yeah, I thought it had something to do with the California, budget cuts and stuff, since they didn't have a hearing-impaired transitioner anymore. I'm not paying money for that. I'll do it myself. So,
A little bit of bubble.
Yeah.
Nice. Could you imagine if you were the sign person for the TV going...
No, he reminds me there of, remember the guy who did the sign language at Mandela's funeral?
Oh,
he was
amazing.
fake, just doing all this weird stuff. That's Newsom. He's making it up as he goes along.
Do you have any advice? You know what's interesting about him? I have maintained that Gavin Newsom has the easiest job of all politicians. Because California is a beautiful state.
Yeah.
At its baseline, people will stay there for the weather and the scenic elements. So they'll put up with anything, and they'll put up even with a governor who doesn't do. He has no, like, it's amazing. He has all these gifts. He's good looking, he's got great hair, he's glib, but he has no achievements.
Well, he has achievements. They're just really bad, right?
Yeah.
So that's what he's trying to distract us from. Maybe with all the hand motions, like, hey, look over here, as opposed to at my state and what I've done to it. I wonder, in the clip that we played of him with the hands pressed together on the desk, were they super glued by staff?
Yes.
Did they do that on purpose? Because he's had this whole weird thing he's been doing recently where he's trying to impersonate Trump for laughs, and it doesn't really work. It's very odd. If he wants to take that a step further, he can start doing the Trump hand gestures, right? Some of this.
Yes.
Oh, that's like, you can start using your hands like this. Right?
Yeah.
That would be a more productive use than whatever the hell he's been doing.
That is very, when he does that, it's very soothing. Why is that soothing? Like it's like
It's
a
very controlled.
Yeah, it's very controlled. Yeah. It's like somebody. It's like, you know, who? Like, we're gonna put it in a box. We're gonna put all the aliens in a box.
But his hand gestures match the words coming out of his mouth.
Right. Yes.
If the president was like, "We want peace in the Middle East," you know what I'm saying? You would be like,
Right.
and like,
That's it. That it is. It's the contrast.
yeah, like Gavin, his hands are aggressive. You know.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of theories. One, it was a bad negotiation with a deaf hooker. You know, now he doesn't want to pay for. You know.
Do you have a problem with deaf hookers?
Yeah.
He does, because the deal went south.
It's called the Helen Kellen special. Nobody reads.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.